LANDORD, London Jen. You know what we're here for. NOME X, NOME 10 went down this weekend. It's Sunday morning here as I'm recording it. So it happened last night in the Caffeine Studios. I want to say a quick word about the studios. Loved the image. The shipping containers with the X and the fire projected onto them. Obviously they, had limited amount to work with, given that, we're on lockdown, quarantine restrictions, all of that, social distancing. I thought they did a really good job. Some of the camera work I really loved. Some of it I didn't think was so great. But I think the overall look of NOME last night was really cool. A bit dark in some places, but the set looked fantastic. Big props to Caffeine and URL for hooking that up. That was really good. Getting into the first battle, we've got the Ultimate Madness finalists. 25 grand on the line. The winner of this walks away with $25,000 in their pocket. Biggest plate they will have ever had. And it didn't really show. So, slight disclaimer here. I don't know if you can see my notes. I've got some notes here in front of me. Last night I was taking notes as the event went on, planning to do a recap straight afterwards. Midway through Verb's first round, I put my pen down and realised I am not equipped for this. I just wasn't catching things fast enough. And then as the night progressed, I realised that was the right decision to make. I'm new at this and I'm trying, and I didn't want to disrespect the legends by giving some half-hearted recap. So I took my notes. My notes are here. They may be in screen. I tried to put them over there, but my lights are too bright. So here they are. Let's do this. Okay, so the first battle up was the Ultimate Madness final. $25,000 on the line. Jey the Nite and Fonz battling it out for the money. Jey comes out first round and he has a moment of silence for one of his friends who passed recently, and then he comes out crazy. It's weird. You've got dead silence in this big empty room, and then all of a sudden Jey comes out just snapping, full of energy, aggression. He's super physical. He's bumping Fonz. He's up in his face. He's barking at him. Really strong start from Jey there, and he's really talking to Fonz. He's telling him that basically you're lucky to be here. You shouldn't have been in the final. He has the Kiki in the hospital. You're acting like this is an accident. Didn't really like that. It was a really good bar. I think, there's a really serious allegation swimming around that, so maybe not touch that, but the bar was fire. Carries on with the aggression, and at one point even grabs him up like a really high energetic first round. So first round for Fonz, he comes out and he says that was weak as fuck. Basically tells him, you're not going to talk to me. Calls him out for being a Washington and not using gun bars. He says, how's the king's legacy supposed to continue if he's afraid to raise an heir? I thought that was cool. I like that. We got the punching Fonz that we expected, but the punches didn't hit as hard as we've come to expect. He had the acting like a rock, about to put your name on one. It was all right. He started off with he did some wing bars, Jey the Nite, obviously some wing bars. I thought those were pretty cool. And then he picks it up towards the end of the round for a hard finish. He's got the Scandal, Kerry Washington, 45 Trump West Wing bars. I thought that was cool. And it was a better finish than the start was. Jey comes out for the second round, not as aggressive as he was in the first. He's got this funny scheme, punches like Av, built like Suge, got DNA teeth. I thought that was hilarious. That cracked me up. And again, he's very physical in this round. He's using the space well. His energy is quite low and his bars are a little lighter than they were in the first round, but he's still talking to him. He's got a line in there that I really like. He can't even hear me. He's thinking about the first bar from his next round. I thought that was cool. I like that one. Then he does this Fonz impersonation scheme. He's sort of, delivering the bars that he would give if he was Fonz. I thought that was kind of weak. I didn't really like that. Wasn't feeling that one. And then he finishes with the line, give me my flowers or make arrangements. I thought that was dope. I like that. But the round was a little light. Fonz comes out in the second and he's a lot more aggressive with his punches. He's got a what is it, Corona with the twist and the lemon squeeze. I really like that. He's physical in this one. He's bumping Jey. And then he takes off his jacket and he's got this apron underneath it, and he goes into this sort of frying wings, you know, this chef. He starts cooking, literally. Well, not literally, but he starts cooking, playing on the you know, the wing name flip. I thought the apron was unnecessary. It felt a little flat. But he had some real hard punches in there. I really like the no problem leaving him flat. I've got a lot of drums. When wing go in that bag, that's when the flowers come. I really like that round from Fonz. Everything except the apron, which I just felt was a bit unnecessary. It really didn't add. The punches were hard enough. We didn't really need a gimmick. And maybe in a big room it would have worked with a bit of crowd reaction, but on screen at home it just kind of felt a little flat. So Jey comes out in the third and he, again, sort of that slow delivery, that calm aggression. He's still fairly physical, but in a more restrained way. He compares their trajectory, their Ultimate Madness route, you know, basically tells him he got an easier path to the finals and he shouldn't be here. And then he goes in his bag, literally, not metaphorically this time, and he pulls out the Thanos glove, does a sort of Infinity Zone scheme, and then he roars literally and says, "I'm wild strong," in a, you know, Lou Castro reference. It was quite performative. I don't know whether it worked or not. It didn't really work for me, but I thought it was cool. And then he really picks up the aggression. He does this odd sound effect thing. I don't know if that's something to do with the Thanos Marvel, whatever that is. I'll have to check that out. I will do my Googles, I promise. But it didn't really work for me. The sound effect was kind of weak. It wasn't good. And then he does a twerk impersonation. He puts his hoodie up and he does a strapped in, and he bumps him. There's crazy energy. It ends the third round on quite a high. And then Fonz comes out barking in the third round. He really comes out aggressive, strong. It's the most aggressive start he'd had to a round, I think. And he's got some bars in there. I really like the hospital, Alaska, night for 6 months. I thought that was really cool. If all I do is punch, nigga, block it. Oh my God. What? That was tough. That hit really, really hard. Had a hard time piecing night together after I black out. Smack put a drunk nigger on caffeine, hoping that he sobers up, and the whole round he's just super aggressive, punching back to back, really high energy compared to the first 2 rounds, and he finishes with "Give me my money, please." You know, he knows he's put in a winning performance. And it's funny, the first watch I gave it to Jey. On the second watch, definitely, I don't know if that was a bit of bias. I was a real Jey the Nite fan, and I had him as a finalist. I thought him and Ace would be in the final. Very wrong about that. Jey came out really strong in the first, really high energy, really aggressive, and kind of wore down. There were, you know, ups and downs, but it was the opposite for Fonz. He sort of had a slower start, and that third was just came out, you know, ready to win that 25k. I don't think the battle was quite a 25k battle. Uncle Ra said it. I think a lot of people have said it. It wasn't. It could have been better. I think with the, you know, caliber of battler that we have, I think everyone expected a stronger start to NOME and a stronger fight for £25,000. But I think Fonz did really well. Both of them did well. We just expected more. I had it Fonz 2-1 in the end. I think Jey took the first with that really aggressive, high energy start, but Fonz came back really strong for the last 2 rounds.